Located near this site is the Pine Ridge African American Cemetery, where the sons and daughters of the freed slaves who helped construct the FEC Railway planted orange groves, and were domestic workers for the residents of the town of Blake were buried. The burial grounds were lost in the 1920s when the graves had worn away and gravestones and monuments had been destroyed and lost all their identity. In 1966, the city of South Daytona declared the cemetery abandoned, no longer respected by the public as a cemetery. Such reads the monument, all that's left of the Pine Ridge Cemetery, standing now at a public park ground, literally standing in front of the tennis courts. In May 3rd of 1899, Thomas and Mary Johnson deeded to the Pine Ridge African American Cemetery Association trustees the land in what is now South Daytona for a cemetery. The Black Cemetery There Association failed to maintain it. June 13, 1966, the South Daytona City Council adopted a resolution declaring it abandoned. City Resolution 66-112. It then became property of the city and was redesignated parkland. No headstones were left to weather and vandalism. Some bodies may have been disinterred and moved. This monument was erected in 2007. Now it's racquetball, tennis, baseball, and youth recreation. That's all that's left. In 1951, the city of Blake became the city of South Daytona. Somewhere under all of this, perhaps still under all of this, rest these family names: Harry Alston, Paul Anderson, Thomas Asia, wife of Ned Bennett, Richard Bonner, Solomon Bonner, Maggie Braby, William Brown, Eliza Buchanan, Dora Burke, David Butler, wife of David Butler, Henderson Clements, P.C. Count, Frank Cunningham, Nicey Davis, Shirley Edmondson, Susan Edward, Peggy Footman, Solomon Gamble, Daniel Gibson, Ed Gibson, Maddie Gordon, Laurel Grant, Louis Griffin. Osborne and Bertha Griffin gave birth to Louis and Marion Griffin. Both died as children. Julius Henry, Laura Hord, Thomas Hubbard, James Jackson, Infant James, Addie Johnson, Hazel Johnson, Patsy Johnson, Thomas Johnson, Willie Johnson, Anna Jones, Jesse Jones, Hattie Joyner, Georgie McAllister, Mary MacArthur, Willie McCall, James McGee, Robert Merritt, Child Miller, Esther Miller, Ross Miller, Stephen Miller, Charles Miller, John Whitney, Mary Moore, George Morrison, Agnes Mosby, Isaac Powell, Daniel Roberts, Alice Robinson, Mary Robinson, Courtney Robinson, Lena Simmons, Ella Singleton, Sip Singleton. Slatter children of James Slatter, 3, who all died under the age of 2. Cabershon Smith, John Stevens, Stephen Taylor, Carrie Thompson, Gertrude Thompson, Henry Thompson, Solomon Thurman, Midget Tolliver, daughter Turnbull, Rutha Turnipseed, Unknown Negro passing in 1913. Robert Wallstein, Augustus Ward, Mrs. William Westcott, Cherry Williams, Della Williams, Infant Williams, Catherine Wilson, Robert Winburn. That's it. Some cards in a library box. Paved over, turned into a park. Oh, this is so common in Florida. You would be horrified. Pine Ridge, African American Cemetery. The people who built the infrastructure we all drive on.